Yo, what is up? What is up? I wanted to do something. I wanted to call it like after hours, right? And so when the market is closed and we maybe go through some stuff, right? We analyze the market, what happened in the day, what's going on in the market, and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So because I'm already doing this stuff, I just thought I would go live and you know maybe we would tap in and talk about the market, what happened today, what happened during the week, and stuff like that, right? So so yeah. So today in the stock market, today it was a very interesting day because you had some stocks sell off and some stocks, they did well, right? So let's look at something. Let's look at something real quick. If you tuning in, say what up. Let me know who's on here. Let me know who is on here. All right. Check this out. Right. So today in the market, you got all of these companies, right? So you got Microsoft. They finished up 1%. Oracle 1%. Adobe lost 1%. Palantir dropped bad at the end of the day. Crowd was down 1%. Um, Semiconductors, these were kind of like a little flat with Nvidia leading. Um, Google and Meta communication, they kind of was a little flat. Meta was down, right? Meta dropped big time actually. So yeah. So that's what I'll be looking at when I'm looking at kind of like when I'm assessing how the day went and stuff like that, and also with my trades, right? So what up, Shelly? What up, Marley? What up, Q? Yeah. So look, so today you got Palantir. At the end of the day, it sold off, right? And so you got to understand what profit taking is, and this is something that I had to understand, right? So basically, um, sometimes, so anytime that a stock is at an all time high, you do not want to buy. All right. I don't care. I don't care how much hype is around it, even on calls, right? You don't want to get in any long term calls, right? Longer than a week. You don't want to get in if it's at an all time high, right? So today, Palantir reached new all time highs. That is not a time where you want to get in. That is not a time where you want to buy, right? That's not a time where you want to get into some long-term calls. You want to swing calls. You don't want to do that when it's at all-time highs. Cuz I want you to understand this, right? So, if the name of the game is buy low and sell high, why you going to buy high and then end up selling low? Right? What's up, Chaquanta? How you doing today, this evening? So when you have stocks that are at an all-time high, you don't buy. You don't swing any calls because the risk of the stock dropping is more, or the probability of the stock dropping is more likely than it is to keep going up when it's already overextended, right? When you got a stock that's already overextended, you don't want to buy in because it's more likely to drop than it is to keep going when it's already gone higher than it has a capacity to go, right? So the name of this game is, right? The name of stocks is nothing but hustling, right? Understand that stocks is just like hustling. And when I say that, what I mean is all you're doing is you understanding how to flip money, how to flip things, how to flip products, right? So if you were to start a t-shirt brand Would you go buy at the retail store and then try to resell that retail shirt to the people at the same price or higher? No, it's not going to work like that, right? What you want to do is you want to buy a t-shirt, right? Before everybody thinks that this t-shirt is dope. And then when people think that t-shirt is dope, then you want to sell at a higher price. You get what I'm saying? What's up, Kevin? If you're just hopping on, say what's up and drop a like on this video. So when you thinking about stocks, it's the same thing. You want to get in before everybody else is on the train. You want to get a nice, comfortable seat, right? Because don't get in when everybody is already talking about it. Because once everybody is already talking about it, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. Understand what I'm saying. This is the psychology, right? What's up, one and only? QT, what up? So I'm going to show you something on the charts, right? When you're trading, right? You want to understand, you want to wait for something called confirmation, but you also want to balance confirmation with taking a risk, all right? So here's what I'm saying. When you are getting into a call, the way to make the most amount of money is to get in at support, right? But if you get in at support, there is the risk that support could fail and it could go below support and you could lose money. So most people usually end up getting in calls when it's already ran up and made the move. And the people that got in earlier, right? When the people that got in earlier, they are selling off to the people that are getting in when everybody is hearing about it. I want you to understand what I'm saying here. This goes for day trading, scalp trading, swing trading, leap options. Understand what value is, okay? Understand what value is. And what value is the earlier you get in something before everybody knows about it, that is where you make your money. That's where you make your money. So when a stock is at an all-time high, you do not buy in. I don't care what's going on. Don't buy in because you don't know how much further the stock can go up. But when a stock is down 10%, 15%, when a stock is down 40% from its all-time high, then you know if you put $1,000 in there, you can make 10% on your money when the stock starts to go up. But when you buy into a stock or into option calls and the stock is already up, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. And that's why you want to know your levels. You want to know what your support and resistance is because you want to know how much room you got to go, right? What's up, Lando? Canada, what's up? So you want to know how much room you have to go up when you are, right? So think about it. If you're at all-time highs, it's more probable that the stock is going to drop and you could get it on a put than it is to get it on a call. I'm not saying stocks aren't going to go up at when they're at all-time highs, they will go up. But what goes up must come down. Right? What goes up, it must come down. So when you're trading, I want you to think about that, right? We're going to go into the charts, but I want you to think about that. I want you to understand the psychology of it. The name of the game is get in at the bottom, ride it up, and make your money and sell to the people that's late to the party. That's all you got to do. Sell to the people that's late to the party because you know when to get into the party. And you also knew when to get out. Right? when you understand that taking profit is a skill set and learning when to get out of a trade is a skill set, the game gonna change for you. When you learn how to balance out fear and greed, the game gonna change for you, right? So let's look at what it means to get in early, right? And take the initial risk. All right. So it don't matter. Let's do this. Why don't y'all throw some of y'all stocks out there? All right. Throw some stock names out there and we're going to go in the charts and I'm going to show you what it means and what I'm talking about getting in before everybody knows about it. Let's throw some names out there. I'm going to start with Tesla because I think it's a good example, but drop some stock names, some stock tickers in the comments, and we're going to go into that. But I'm going to start with Tesla. All right. So let's look at this. All right. Let's look at this on a daily. Let's look at this on a daily, right? All right. So Tesla came up here, right? Tesla was up here at 439, right? Now, its all-time high is 488. Right? No, its all-time high is I think it's a little higher, or I think that might be its all-time high. Let's look real quick. Yep. That's Tesla's all-time high. 488, right? So when Tesla was at its all-time high, the people that was thinking about it going down, if they got in some puts over here, it dropped down right here, right? So they got into some puts, right? They got into some puts here because everybody was riding the high. Everybody was thinking about how high it could go up, but they wasn't thinking about physics, right? They wasn't thinking about physics. What goes up must come down, and then it came down right here, right? Now look at over here. Then it came up here, 439, and then we had a downtrend all the way down here, right? But now it came down here and it was oversold, right? It was so much selling pressure. It went from $439, right, all the way down to $325. So it has to come back up. So the people that was thinking about, okay, when does it reach its bottom? Once the stock reaches its bottom, then you can say, okay, now let's get in some calls and then we ride it back up. Right? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, let's look at AMD, right? That's what Angel said. Look, AMD right now. Listen, AMD by the end of the year is going to make a lot of people a lot of money. And you know why? Because nobody is talking about it. Everybody is questioning AMD right now. Understand what I'm saying? Everybody is questioning AMD right now. Whenever you have a stock that's a good company being questioned, what they're trying to do is they're trying to play games. They're trying to make you think that this stock is never going to go up, scare you out of your position, and then the stock takes off. Wall Street does it. I've seen it so many times at this point. I've seen it so many times, right? Look at what happened with look at last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago. Let's look at it real quick. Look at Nvidia 2 weeks ago. Now, Nvidia was at 147 on January 24th, right? And then it dropped down all the way to 116. Everybody was scared. A week later, it came all the way down to 114. All right. So look, everybody was scared, right? Everybody was scared right here. So the people that was not scared, they got in calls right here. And then what happened? And then it shot up. And now, look, I'm gonna tell you what this is called right here. Profit taking. right? This is called profit taking. You see that? So there was a big gap right here. When everybody was scared right here, people bought into it. And then it went all the way up here. And now all the people that bought in down here are selling it right here or selling some of their positions. And then the people that is just now getting onto the wave and they got FOMO, they're about to enter in here and then it's going to drop a little bit. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? That's how the game goes. That's how the game goes. All the stock market does, stocks go up and they go down. It's our job as traders to be on the right side of the actual trade. It's our job to be on the right side of the trade. So when a stock is down, right? When a stock is down considerably, you should know that it's coming back up to where it came from. Because that's all the stocks do. Stocks go up and they go down. So we know AMD is going back up to at least 150, 200. Why do we know that? Because it just came from there. The same way last year, okay? I remember when I first started trading, Tesla was trading at like 150. This is last year. Right now, on a pullback, they're at 340, 360. So they're up $200 from last year when they was at 150. But that don't even include where they ran up to, which was 488. So that one stock went up by $300, $330 from when I remember it being. And we talking about in 1 year, just 1 year, right? AMD is going to do the same thing. Look at Meta. Right now, Meta is at $700. When I was trading Meta, when I first started trading, Meta was at like 390, 400. And now look at it. That's a $300 difference. Once again, right? I've now been trading long enough to see the games that are played, the manipulation that's played. And when you could wake up to that manipulation, the market manipulation, you're going to lose less money and you're going to make more money. Understand what I'm saying? Right? So yeah, that's what's up with AMD. AMD is going to take off this year. Probably around the summertime, second half of the year, AMD is going to take off. SoFi going to take off, right? Let's understand this, yo. Apple was just at 222 a couple weeks ago. It was just at 222. It was just at 222. Look where it's at right now, 245. That's where Apple is at, 245, 244.87 is where it closed today. That's $20. You got to understand, a $20 move in options can change your life. Like legit. It'll change your life. You cannot be scared when the stocks are in the red. Right? Let's go look at the charts. Let's go see what I'm really saying. I don't just be talking on here, right? Look at Apple. Look at Apple. Right? It hit all-time highs at 260. It came all the way down to 219, okay? Then what happened? Whoa. Went right back up. Came up to 246. And then what it do? Came back down. Now we at 222, 227. Now we had 1, 2, 3, 4 green days in a row. 5, 6. But these ones are baby green days. We got 4 solid green days in a row. Apple is going back up to 260. If it breaks above 260, Now we going to higher, 265, 270, right? Let's look at AMD. AMD. Okay. Let's look at AMD on a day. This is all on a daily time frame, right? Let's look at AMD. Look at how far they've gone. Look at this. 227. This is what we're going to call this right here. What do we call this, y'all? We're going to say all-time highs. Right? So we know that AMD's all-time high is 227, right? But right now, AMD is at 114. Feel me? So we know, and it came as low as 106. So check this out. Right here, right? If these are the all-time highs, we know that AMD can go up by 100% gain in equities. Right? Hear what I'm saying? All right? Look at this right here. So here's what this means. If you put 5K, let's say 10K, no, 1K, $1,000 in, you will get, this will equal, it will equal a 100% return when it reaches 227 at all-time highs. Does that make sense? Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. So if you drop $1,000 in AMD right now, by the time it hits 227, you will have made 100% return on your money by doing nothing but making a decision. Just making a decision. That's it. Making a decision and doing nothing else. That's how you got to think. So if a stock is down by, 50, if it's down double, right? If this stock price can double, I know that I'm in good shape. So even if it goes up by 30% and I only have equities or shares, I will have made 30% on my money. Right? What about when stocks drop by 10%? If you put money in that stock, once it goes right back to where it came from, you just made 10% on your money. So Lando said, what's my thoughts on Palantir? Let's look at Palantir because this is one stock that I love. I've been investing into shares since it was in the $50 range. So this stock is like one of my best performing stocks right now, growth stocks. I usually have ETFs or index funds, but I like Palantir as a growth stock, okay? So let's look at Palantir. All right. So Palantir, we see. Look at this thing right here, right? So it opened up, came up to 45, dropped all the way down here. Boom, right? All right, cool. Now what's up here? Right? So it had earnings and it gapped up. Came all the way over here, right? Now, let's look at this. All-time highs. It dropped today to 112. After hours right now, it's at like 107. Palantir has a gap to fill right here, okay? Once it comes down to this range right here, I am entering into Palantir calls because it's going to bounce off of here and it's going to come right back up. Right? It's going to, so look, it's going to come down here to this buy zone. Once it fills this gap, it's going to bounce right back up. And you see right here, boom, right? This is the buy zone right here. When it comes down here to fill this gap, I'm getting in position, right? I'm going to enter in the calls, and I'm going to ride Palantir all the way back up to its what? All-time highs. All-time highs. Boom. That's the game plan. That's the game plan for Palantir. That's what I'm waiting on, right? I got some money. I got money to the side right now ready. When Palantir comes back down, I'm not even questioning it. I know what time it is. I know what time it is because I just saw where it went to. It went to 120. So it's going to come back down. It's going to fill the gap because the gap is just an insufficiency. It's off balance. So it can't go where it really want to go because it's off balance. When it comes down there, right today Palantir was down 10%, right? So understand this. If you buy stocks right now, and then tomorrow, let's say it went right back to where it was, you would make 10% on your money in a day just like that, right? But when it comes down to 95, 85, I'm getting into calls. That's my buy zone. And then we coming right back up, right? So what is, if we get in at, let's say $90, and it goes back up to $125, or let's say at 120, that's $30, right? So let's do some math real quick. $30 divided by 120, that's 25% return off of equities and shares. But with options, right? With options, a $30 move, that's going to be like, that's like over 100%. That's like 200% move right there. I mean, return. So let's say you could get 100% return. You doubling your money. You doubling your money. And that's why I say you got to learn how to read these charts. You have to learn how to read the charts. If you don't learn how to read the charts, you're going to be very challenged in the stock market. Yep. Now that volume, the volume gonna be there, and it's gonna push it down. It's gonna make it easier to push down, right? But then that's when everybody gonna be scared, and we gonna get in, and we gonna eat. That's how we gonna get down. Right? That's how we gonna get down. That's how we do it. So I want you to understand that you have to understand how to do the opposite of what people are responding to in the market. Hear what I'm saying? You have to do the opposite of the way people are responding to the market. Right? So hear what I'm saying. The stock market does a thing, whatever that thing is, right? The stock market does a thing. Okay, cool. Now, when the stock market does a thing, the average person is going to respond in the way that the market makers and the manipulators, they know how a person is going to respond when they do something. But you have to respond the opposite of the way somebody responds to the market that's average. So what I'm saying is the uneducated investor is going to be fearful when it sees red in the market Wall Street knows that. That's why they play these games. Right? Let's look at the games they played with Trump, right? Okay. Couple weeks ago, Trump said tariffs, right? He said tariffs. Now, what happened? Just today, he said we gonna lift tariffs, or he said that last week. We gonna lift tariffs. We gonna be patient. What about the TikTok? Oh, we gonna ban TikTok. Let's take it away. The next day had all of America scared, mad, sad. They had people selling phones with TikTok on it for $10,000 on eBay because people wanted their TikTok that damn bad. And then what did he say? Okay, we gonna work something out. See, he just be playing games. That's all it is. It's just all a big game. But when you understand, and that's why they say you need to understand the technical analysis. Technical analysis is learning how to read the charts. When you could read the charts, you could read price action. When you could read price action, you will know what's really going on. So you ain't going to be worried about the news. You ain't going to be worried about the news. Because watch this. When the DeepSeek last month came out, let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick, right? On NVIDIA. Let me give you some real game. Let's look at this. NVIDIA, right? So DeepSeek happened this day. Okay? DeepSeek happened on this day right here. So it dropped, right? But if you look at the chart, this is called a bearish engulfing. When you see a bearish engulfing, which is a big red candle and it's engulfing green candles, that means that it's headed to the downside. But this is called price action right here, right? This is price action. All these candles are price action. So when you could see and understand, oh, we got a bearish engulfing, it's going to be a red day the next day or the day after, and then it dropped. It makes sense why DeepSeek happened, and then it dropped the market. You get what I'm saying? That's called reading the charts. That's called price action. And that's called understanding what's going on. That's called understanding what's going on. That's why you got to become a beast in the charts. If you are not becoming a beast in the charts, Wall Street going to take advantage of you every time. So understand that it is a non-negotiable. If you don't have TradingView and you are trading, you wrong. You got to get TradingView. You have to get TradingView. You have to. You have to learn how to read the charts. All right? If you join a Discord, we gonna go through all of that. We gonna help you get all of that stuff. Right? I just wanted to come on live because I get so inspired and I love trading. I love like how the stock market is, and I'm obsessed with continuously mastering it, right? The stock market is one of those things that it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you on your toes. And so I love it because it's literally the biggest challenge mentally, because you never know what's going to happen. And you got to be nimble. That's why I love the stock market. That's why I went live this morning and traded. Then I dropped a video. Now I'm live again, because I would be doing this anyway. So all I'm doing is I'm just sharing the journey, and I'm just documenting the journey, and I'm sharing it with people and liberating people and helping people understand the power of the stock market. You get what I'm saying? That's all we doing here. It's very simple. But it's important to learn how to read the charts. I cannot stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. The charts will change your life. Understanding support and resistance will change your life. That shit will change your life. But you gotta dig in. And also, listen, when you taking an L, I don't care about the L. When you take an L, you need to take the L and keep it pushing. Take the L and keep it pushing. Do not harp on your L. Do not lament on your L, right? I don't care how much money you lost. I do not care how much money you lost. You need to forget about that loss the next day. Straight up, period. It ain't no other way around it. Forget about the loss, and I need you to refresh your mind, come back in like it never happened, and look it in the eye and be like, I got this. I got this. That's how it gotta be. Because when you really, really, really dig into stock options, when you dig into it, you could make your annual salary in 5 days. You could literally make your annual salary in a couple days, in a week. But you got to work on your mentality. You got to work on everything, your habits, operating out of fear, having greed. That's how you're going to really get to where you want to get to, right? You're not going to get there by winging it. A lot of times we think that we can wing stuff. You can't wing the stock market. Yeah, you could buy some undervalued stocks, throw a little bit of money in there, right? And that's it. You can do that. But if you want to intentionally get rich in the stock market, it's time to step it up. It's time to step it up. Point blank, period. All right? If you can't read the charts, you gambling? Yes, absolutely. You lose and you learn. Have a short-term memory. That's very, very important. You cannot worry about yesterday's loss. I don't care how much you lost, right? Because think about it. What you gonna do? So let's say you had a bad day today and you lost $600. So tomorrow, are you gonna not trade because you lost $600? Or are you gonna learn how to overcome taking that L and coming back tomorrow stronger than ever? Which one is it gonna be? Right? So yeah, can you speak on how trading has helped with decision making? Yeah. All right. So trading and decision making, right? If you are on this video and you haven't, please just do me a favor and like that video. Let's get this video to 50 likes. All right. So let's talk about decision making. All right. And also, if you are not in the Discord and you want to trade with us tomorrow morning and every day for the rest of the year, then be sure to join the Prosperity Collective. That's the trading Discord. We trade every day, and it's a lot more other things that we do in there. All right. So, decision making and trading. Okay. So, let's say when I was younger, I had a habit of winging things, right? I used to feel like I could handle anything. So no matter what happens, I'm gonna be good, right? And so what that did was it sometimes it made me make decisions that weren't always fully thought out, because that's how much confidence I had in myself. But what I learned with trading was you can't do that. You have to be able to analyze the market, and you also have to be willing to accept the consequences of your actions no matter what. So think about this. If you're going to get in a trade, right? And you don't think about all of the scenarios and you lose money, you may be like, dang, I just lost money. But when you understand that you are accountable for every single thing, win, lose, or draw, you make decisions differently. Because now I'm willing to make a decision Even if I lose a trade, right? I'm okay with that. And that allows me to make decisions quicker as well. But also what I learned was like slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You don't have to say yes to every decision or everything as well, right? So let's say a stock is blasting off. I used to get in a stock when it's blasting off. And then I may make a little bit, or it may pull back and I might be down and I might panic and I might get out. But what decision making, like a better decision making, has allowed me to see is, okay, I see a stock blasting off. I'm not going to rush to get into that trade, right? I know that it's going to come back because I have studied enough to know stocks don't just go straight up. Stocks don't do this. They do all of this stuff, right? So that's what makes it a maze. But I am okay with whatever happens, and that helps me make the decisions. I'm not bent on having to win, having to be perfect. I've gone through that, but I've also worked through it, and I understand that whatever happens is going to happen. But regardless of what happens, I know that I've done all I can do. I know that I've done all I can do. And because I've done all I can do, and I am confident in what I have researched and the due diligence I have put in, I know that I'm okay. And I'm okay with making that decision. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that is very important. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm not going to get mad that I was wrong. I'm going to just be like, it is what it is. I was wrong. If I'm right, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. That just validates my thinking and it validates the work that I've put in. It's that simple. Right? What's up, Tees? How you doing today? Right? So does that make sense? If y'all have any questions, drop them in the chat or in the comment. I got a little bit more time. I just wanted to come and and really give you guys some perspective on the market, right? Somebody asked me in the comments today. She said Adobe ain't done nothing yet. Right? So let's go into Adobe. And let me show you something, right? Number one, when I go over stocks on Sundays, I'm looking at those on a weekly basis, right? I'm looking at them on a weekly basis, but I'm looking at the daily chart and the weekly chart, right? So, couple things. If I say this stock is going to explode, I mean to the downside or to the upside, number one, right? Because we trade options, we can make money when a stock goes up and we can make money when a stock goes down. So it's recession proof, right? So if I say a stock is going to explode, I mean up or down, number one. I also preach support and resistance. So you got to understand your levels. If you know your levels and I give you levels for a play, you could literally go make money tonight, tomorrow, when the market opens, this week, next week, right? So somebody commented and said Adobe hasn't done anything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the charts and I'm going to show you how you could have caught Adobe, even though somebody's saying it ain't doing anything. So watch this. Let's go into the charts, right? So peep game. Let's go to Adobe. All right. So look at this. Number one, this right here is an inverted head and shoulders. This is a bullish pattern. Sometimes when you have a pattern, it ain't going to just blast off immediately, right? It may take a couple days. It may take a week to pan out. So number one, this is the pattern right here. We got a big gap right here it has to fill, and it hasn't even started filling the gap yet. All right. It starts filling the gap at 487, right? So this is a inverted head and shoulders pattern right here, okay? Now, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. And let's look at Adobe, All right, today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, right? It's Friday. So yesterday, all right? So yesterday, this is resistance right here. Okay, this is resistance. On Tuesday, Adobe opened that resistance and it came down, right? It came down, it dropped from 463 all the way down to 5. That's $10 move right there, right? And then it established support. It didn't go below the support level that I have right here. Then it went up, right? So it came back up $10, right? And then Adobe came down and then it hovered, right? I said once Adobe breaks above this level right here, then we going up. But it hasn't broken above the level yet this week. But look, it still came down to support. So if you knew what support was, and I put the support in the video, if you knew what support was, you would just say, hey, this stock is at support and is going back up. I'm going to ride it back up to resistance. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I'm saying, like, understand the levels and understand support and resistance. All right. You can't control the markets or trends. Yeah, you can't. You can only go with the trend. So the trend is your friend. Do you find stocks on a scanner or off a core list of stocks? I have a core list of stocks. So usually, so look, let me show you something. So what you can do is you could go to FinViz, right? FinViz, stock screener, boom. Click on this right here. Yep, click on this right here. And look, it got all kind of stocks on here. So these are all the sectors right here, right? So, you know, when you look at the sectors, you could find out about what's going on with them, right? And then you could go research their ticker symbols and all of that stuff, all right? But I have a core, right? These ones, Meta, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, AVGO I trade. And then you got your Palantirs I trade. I'll be trading Crowd sometimes, Adobe. Yeah. And then, yeah. So this is FinViz right here. Right? So yeah. So I'll be finding stocks from there. And yeah. But yeah, you can't obviously control the market, but when you understand support and resistance, I always say this. You can trade the same stock every day and go make $100K a year off of one stock. Because you just have to understand support and resistance. That's it. Because a stock is going to go up and down every day. So if you understand support and resistance and you trade off of support and resistance, you'll always be able to make money, right? Look what happened, right? Look what happened today. We made money with Shopify and we made money with Robinhood, right? Let me show you. So let's go to Shopify. I'm getting, like, this is real game. Yesterday, right, on Tuesday. Let's go to Friday. Friday, Shopify came down here, it tested, and then went up, right? The support was right here, okay? This was support. On Tuesday, the market opened. What Shopify do? Same thing. Came down to support, bounced off, and then went up, right? Okay. What did it do today? Came right back down to support again, and then bounced off, and then went right back up. 3 days back to back. This is the same stock. Same exact stock, different days, support and resistance. I'm going to write this down for you, right? Support, right? And then you got resistance. Right? That's how we do it. Simple as that. You see how Shopify is going up and it's going down, right? But it's going within support and resistance. Once it breaks below this support line, it's going to go to the next range. Once it goes above this resistance level, it's going to go to the next range. Just like that. Right? That's how it works. That's how it works. It's that simple. It's really that simple. That is exactly how it works. Right? I had a banger today. I pulled out of hood to quit too quick. I had a doctor appointment, only 1.5. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got out real early. But at least you know it was a good play. It was a banger. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. It happens. It happens. Thanks for that call on Shop. Made me some money today in Robinhood. Absolutely. Absolutely. How much did you make, Lenny? How much did you make? And how much money did you invest into the call? How much did you leverage? I want to know that. Yeah. So yeah, man, like it's all about supporting and resistance. I know we've heard this a lot, but it's supporting this resistance. It's that simple. It's support and resistance. When you understand those two fundamental things, you can start creating your own strategy. And you can say, okay, when it hits resistance, when support, I'm gonna buy calls and it's gonna go up. That's how the game go. I ain't make the game. I'm just learning the rules to the game and playing the game. You get what I'm saying? But that's why it's important. You gotta get around people that talk this talk every day. If you aren't around people that talk this talk every day, you're not gonna be all the way informed, right? So you want to be around people that talk this talk every single day. It matters. And it's very, very, very important. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Do y'all have any other questions before we get up out of here? Y'all got anything else y'all want to say? Tomorrow, it's gonna be an interesting day. We're gonna see some stocks sold off, some stocks went up. Microsoft looks like it could be a good trade for tomorrow. Microsoft looks like it might be up there. Let's look at it. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft had a breakout day today. Yep. Microsoft looked like it could be good tomorrow. What else? Palantir could be it could sell off a little bit more. So we could see some more downside action with Palantir. I think Apple might be headed to the upside tomorrow. Apple could hit potentially 247. All right. I had about a 6% return, but I'm happy with that. Yeah, look, like I always say, right? A bank is not going to give you a 5% return in 10 minutes. If you keep just compounding your returns every single day, you're going to get rich. Period. I don't care how you look at it. At some point, you will get rich. All right? What about SoFi? Let's look at it. Let's look at SoFi real quick. Let's look at SoFi. Okay. So today, SoFi had to fill a gap, right? SoFi had to fill a gap right here, so it came down to fill that gap. But it's in the middle of filling this gap right here. So SoFi is going to, I think tomorrow, it could come down potentially to 1580 or 90, bounce off, come here, break through this level. And then I think that maybe over the next couple of weeks, we're going to see SoFi trying to get back up to $18 right there, because this is a massive gap right here and it has to get filled. And we're already like in the gap, right? So, so yeah. So that's what I think about SoFi. I'm in a swing on SoFi right now, so I believe in SoFi and all that good stuff. Um, what indicators do you recommend? So, I don't recommend too many, honestly. EMAs. So I got the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA, and the 200 EMA. I made a video about EMAs versus SMAs. So go to my I got an indicators playlist. Go there. I have like 5 indicator videos made. I just have to release those. But I have a whole bunch of indicator videos. But you got the EMAs, I got the VWAP, I got the Bollinger Bands, and those are it. And a volume thing to make sure I can see the volume. But yeah, the EMAs are golden, right? The EMAs are golden. I love the EMAs. They help me a lot with my trading. Ever since I started trading off the EMAs and using those things, man, it's been a game changer for me. It's been a game changer for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's what I got on indicators. VWAP, EMAs, 9, 21, 200. What else I say? I use the Bollinger Bands and the VWAP, or I already said the VWAP, on the volume profile. But I don't have a lot of indicators. I do not have a lot of indicators. All right. What do you think about Palantir tomorrow? So is it a play or nay? So I want to say once you understand support and resistance, it could be a play, right? So let's look at it right now real quick for tomorrow. All right, to day trade tomorrow. So let's go to it real quick. We're going to go on a 15-minute. All right. All right. So look. So this is a support level right here. I already had it charted out. 110.41, right? So Palantir closed here and it broke below here. And now it's below another level of support, which is 106. So these are already levels that I have. So it depends on where Palantir goes. But if we go back, these are the levels for the lower level right here. So for this range right here, we got 106.80 and we got 104.41. So if Palantir opens under 106.80, we probably going to be going to 104 if it has downward action. Because you see right here, this is a range. This is support and resistance right here, right? This is another range. This is support and resistance right here. So depending on where we fall to, that's going to predict, that's going to let us know what range that we're going to be in. Okay? So understand that everything is about ranges. So is it a $2 range? Is it a $5 range? Is it a $10 range? Right? And when you can see where is the stock going up to at its highest point of the day and where is it going down at its lowest point in the day? And once you understand where it's at on the day, then you know, oh, this is that resistance. Okay, maybe it's time to get in some puts, or this is that support. Maybe it's time to get in some calls, or it's that resistance. Let me see if it break through. If it don't break through, then okay, maybe we're at support. We're gonna go back down to test support or halfway down, right? So that's how I look at that. So Palantir it could be a play tomorrow. We just got to see where it falls into, and then when you see that, then we'll be able to know what's going on with it, right? So we don't predict anything about the market. We just go figure it out. Let's look at Calm real quick. This is gonna be the last one I do. Let's look at Calm. I never heard of Calm before. All right, let's look at it. All right, let's look at Calm. So number one, look at the daily. All right, cool. All right. So, all right. So it looked like these are the all-time highs. Okay. All right. So let's look at it real quick. So if we look at this stock on a daily time frame, we got this as resistance right here, 116. All right. Right here is a level of support right there. We could say this is another level of resistance right here. All right. No, not really. We got some more. So like this is a level of support around here. All right, so let's just look at that right there, right? So when we go look at it, now let's go to the 30-minute real quick and go look at the last couple of days. So the last couple of days, you see how that I did it on a daily time frame, and then this is literally the support. So it came down to 88 and it went up to $90. So that's cool. It's been dropping. I don't know what happened right here. I don't know if this is a earnings or anything like that, but it dropped from 107 all the way down to 94, and then it kept dropping, right? So when you have a stock and it drops big like that, and then it drops again, then that's a level of concern a little bit, because that's showing some weakness. But it's also just trying to find this new bottom, right? So I don't know if this stock has found its bottom yet. So I would be patient on it in regards to like calls or options or anything like that. But it had a nice pullback, so this could be reversing. But if we look on the daily, yeah, I don't think it's a reversal yet. I think that it could come down to like this 200 EMA right here at $84, and then we're gonna see what happens. But if you bought equities around here, then that's not a bad buying zone, because it's close to this 200 EMA right here, right? So if it drops below this EMA, then it could be coming down to like, it could be coming down to this level right here, which is 73. It could be coming down to 73 and then potentially like a 66. But if it drops below here, then I think for sure it's going to come down to here, because these right here, these are some pretty explosive moves, and so the stock wants to balance out before it goes back to the upside. All right. So that's what I would say about Calm. Honestly, doesn't seem like bad anything. I don't know anything about the company, but just off of the technicals, that's what I'm seeing. So I mean, we had a green day today, so that's cool. But we do want to see, what happens. Is that green day signaling a reversal to the upside or not, or what? But on the daily time frame, it is on a downward trend now, and it just started. So we're gonna see what happens. All right, so it could be definitely coming down a little bit more before it starts to really try to reverse. All right, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any other questions before we get off? All right, if you want to trade with us, join the Discord. The link is in the description box. Okay, it's on my page. Make sure you join the Discord, Prosperity Collective. We trade live every day. We signal our plays every single day. All right, we make money every single day, and that's how we rolling. All right, we're gonna keep being consistent. We're gonna keep helping people make more money. We're gonna keep helping them grow their wealth. We ain't just talking about just options, right? It's about becoming a better individual. We got a lot of other stuff that we're going to be doing too. So it really is a big community. So I really want you guys to understand that this ain't just trading, right? Trading is the financial vehicle, but then outside of that, it's like, how are you getting better, right? How are you turning your life up? What are you doing to become a better individual, right? And so all those other things that we be sharing, that's what is going to make the community special. So I do want you guys to understand that it's ain't about just trading. This is about helping people change their life from the inside out, right? I'm not just a money guy. I'm not just a stock guy. I'm a person that wants to help people turn their life up at the highest level possible, right? So if you want to be around people on a consistent basis that's on that mission and on that level and not just money, then come join us in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Come add value where you can add value, right? So that's what it's about, man. It's about coming together, doing more, doing better, and giving good things to the people and to the world and helping people change their life. Cause I know you can make an annual salary in a day. I've done it. And so when I broke those barriers mentally, when I broke those barriers, I literally just became infinite. Like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to share that information with everybody. Right? So that's what it's about, right? We're going to make our money in the stock market, but then we're going to turn up in our life in a lot of other ways, right? And that's what we want to be able to share with you guys. Because it's, trying to grow your wealth and become a financially astute individual, it's a lonely road. It could be. You know what I'm saying? And so you ain't got to be by yourself all the time, right? If you have an outlet of people that you can connect with and network with, that could definitely be very beneficial to your life. And that's what we own over here. All right? So I appreciate everybody's time. Always remember, get out of your head. Go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning in the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, join it. And let's get it. All right? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on the video that I drop. All right, peace.